So I'm sat with Anthony Tonkin, who, like myself, has watched this game. It's ended Welling 3, Aldershot Town 1. Quite a bizarre game, in fact, an awful lot to sort of pick our way through. Be interesting for once to get the perspective of a player who's not playing on the day and, has watched it as we have. What do you make of all that, Anthony? 3-1 Welling in the end, but 2 long periods where Aldershot dominated, and clearly a question of not taking our chances when we're on top.
Yeah, I think we started really well. Fitch obviously had a great chance early on. The keeper made a good save, and then the rebound fell to him. To be fair, the defenders were done really well to get back on the line. I think we started the game really well. We had some good possession, looked comfortable. We had a couple of half chances along with Fitch, who I thought he did well. So he looked lively. I think the second half of the second part of the first half, I think they to be fair, had some good clear-cut chances. Smithy did well to save the one-on-one, 2 one-on-ones, and then he did well to save from the cross. I think the goal came at a bad time. 2 minutes of added on time. I think we had the ball in their penalty area. It was broken down. For them to get from there to cut us open, in 2 minutes of added on time, I think that's it's a little bit unprofessional. I think. I think when you get to that stage of the game, if it's at that end, just get players in, just see it out. We'll go in at half-time 0-0 and start again in the second half.
It was a topsy-turvy, a couple of added minutes at the end of the first half there. I do remember thinking we were defending, just manage the game out. Then we broke, we nearly scored. They come right down the other end and score. And all too often, that has unfortunately happened to this Aldershot Town side. But for long periods, we flattered to deceive. We looked a better side, and yet, strangely, Phil Smith was a reasonable contender for man of the match. He's let 3 in, and he's made 2, maybe 3 really, really good saves as well.
He has. To be fair to Smithy, I think he's been really good all season. It's not just today. I think he's been really good. I think it's a bit frustrating conceding that goal at half time, because we came out and started the second half really well. We were camped in their penalty area. We had a few throws, a few half chances. Something could come of it. And then we conceded the second from a breakaway again. He's pulled it back. It was a good finish. And then we pulled one back, and it looked like we'd go on and equalise. And then again the third goal, it's another sucker punch where they've just broken scored. I definitely agree. We've had phases in the game. I think they've had far more clear-cut chances. But taking your chances changes the game. If we go in half-time 1-0, we take that early chance. You don't know what happens.
So we'll have to dust ourselves down, as is the phrase often used in these situations. There was nothing wrong with the approach to the game today. There was nothing wrong with the character that the players show. But basically, the key moments of the game have all gone horribly against us. Looking for some positives. Firstly, yourself. You're back in training this week, I believe.
I trained yesterday for the first time. So it's just a case of training now. Just getting my football fitness up a little bit. I've worked hard for it's been a long time, 12 weeks with Russ. So my fitness is good. It's just getting that sort of training fitness and weight bearing stresses through my legs, and I should be available pretty soon.
Let's hope so, and you may well get called into fairly quick action, but for 2 reasons really. One being the fact that the games are coming thick and fast, and 2 being the fact that we haven't got an awful lot of strength in depth in the defence, have we, as shown today when we've had to put Naby Diallo back at right back.
No, I agree. You just have to be ready, and if you're called upon, then if it's next week, the week after, then I just have to work hard this week and just try and get my fitness up. And just be ready to step in if needed, and I think that goes for all the lads. There's a lot of lads. I think it was we had 7 players on the bench on Tuesday at Rochdale, so all of those. Jaron Gesson trained again yesterday. So as far as the players that aren't starting, you have to be ready. You have to keep on top of your fitness and be professional and be ready for your chance. And take it and show some form, and that's the thing. Let's talk about the goal scoring side of things. I can't remember an Aldershot Town squad having 4 players who at whatever time and whatever level, whatever club, have all been prolific. Holman has been prolific for Braintree last year. Williams for us last year. McCollin, admittedly at a lower level, and he's stepping up. And Fitchett for forgotten the name of the team. Salisbury.
For Salisbury last year. So we just need one of them to really fire and just get a run of goals and games going, don't we?
We do, yeah. It'd been nice for Fitch to score today. because I think he looked lively. There was a few times in the first half where he was played through, but the ball just got away from him a little bit, and their keeper swept up a couple of times really well. So it'd be nice for him to get a few games because he hasn't really played much lately. So it's not easy for him coming in when he's not playing regularly. Brett did well last year. It's just the way it goes, isn't it? All it takes sometimes is one goal. They always say you watch a match of the day, and players. It's the same for all strikers. They have barren spells, and sometimes just that one goal. If it's just possibly getting a win as well. So I think even though we have played well over the recent period in terms of winning games, we haven't won a lot of games.
And it's not going to get any easier, is it? You probably couldn't pick out 3 tougher fixtures than the next 3 that we've got ahead, and might in some strange, perverse sort of way that actually help the fact that everyone will look at it now and go, well, Aldershot got no chance. 2 games against the league leaders, Barnet, and 1 away to Woking.
I think you have to look at it a different way. I think, you're playing against the better teams in the league, and I think automatically players will raise their game. I think they'll go into the game, and you should be right for every game. But as you've seen with the Portsmouth game and the Rochdale game, when players are playing, the better teams, they will raise the game automatically. Sort of when you come to these places today, you have to be mentally right and be prepared to roll your sleeves up. But I think against Barnet and Woking, it'll be a different type of game. We've definitely got a chance of taking points from those games.
Well, let's hope so, and let's hope we can eventually end up with a happy Christmas for Aldershot. Thanks for joining us after today. Not always the nicest being pulled to talk about a defeat when you weren't even playing, but it's been nice to get your perspective. At least with the players coming off, they can be a little bit emotional, a little bit tired. You've watched it and seen it with a bit of perspective as well. We wish you well, Anthony, on your recovery, and hope to see you at some point in the Christmas period on the pitch.
No, you're welcome. No, it's great speaking to you all.
Cheers, Anthony. Thanks.